Hello my friends, so today I wanted to make a video about the Aquarius new moon happening on January 21st at 9:35 GMT time. And I really wanted to talk about this event, astrological event, because I usually make these kinds of energy readings and I tap into what is going on in the cosmos and research about it at the time of the full and new moon. So I thought it would be a good idea to share what I've, found to be true for the energetics of the collective and to kind of give you an idea with what we're working with and how you can also work with this energy throughout your own personal life. So, what is this new moon really about? This new moon is going to be a lot about really big emotional breakthroughs and career related breakthroughs. And I can already see this play out in my own life. This energy is one that has been, building up to the new moon. So maybe you've been feeling it this past week, and you will also kind of feel it a little bit a couple of days after the actual new moon. And it is really about integrating also all of the lessons that we've learned throughout these past couple of months and how to move forward with them. So to talk a little bit more about specifically this new moon, we're having a conjunction between the sun in Aquarius and the moon also being in Aquarius. And what I find for this sign is that Aquarius is a really forward movement, forward thinking, futuristic kind of vibe. And this sign is really going to balance the sun, which is our ego, our sense of self, and our sense of who we are in our friendships and in our career, with our more emotional side, which is the moon of how we deal with our emotions and how we express ourselves. So we're really going to be able to integrate new innovative ways and new more forward movement and forward thinking ways of moving through our personal and intimate relationships and also in our career. And so this new moon is going to be at 1 degree of Aquarius. 1 degree, roughly 1 degree, is the degree of Aries. And I really wanted to talk about this degree because according to the degree in which the new moon is happening, different events might be manifesting in our reality. And the 1 degree being in Aries really speaks about the ability of Aries to propel you forward. So you're not only, again, channeling all of these lessons that you've learned in the past couple of months through your friends and in your work and applying them in those areas, but they're also propelling you forward, and they're also helping you to take action and move forward yourself in those areas. So what I advise you to do is really to tap into this energy is really to look at your own birth chart and look at which house Aquarius is in your birth chart. And you can also look into which planet you have Aquarius in. So for example, for me, I'm a Virgo rising. I have my Aquarius in my 5th house, which is the house of pleasure, creativity, of friendships, close relationships, maybe dating. So you will be finding that if you are like me, Aquarius in the 5th house, you're going to have integrated a lot of lessons and you're going to propel yourself forward in those areas of life. So maybe you find a new hobby that you enjoy doing. Maybe you start dating a new interesting person that will show you different ways that you can deal with your emotions. Or maybe if you have children, you can also see that you are, learning lessons with your children. So the second big thing that I really picked up in this energy is shifting out of the feeling of FOMO and moving into a more balanced way of living and a more fair to you way of living. So if you don't know, the feeling of FOMO is when it's fear of missing out. And it's this feeling that you get when you're watching somebody's story, or you're watching somebody go out and travel to a beach location, and you just feel like you really should be there instead of them, or like you wish you were there with them looking at the beach and drinking your cocktail. So shifting out of this feeling of FOMO and really recognizing that this is your time to shine, no matter what you think, and no matter if you think that you don't deserve it or not, is really also one of the themes that I picked up for this new moon. Now, this is related to Venus also being in Aquarius, and I forgot to mention in the beginning, but this is a big theme in the sky right now, that we're going to have the sun and the moon in Aquarius, and we also currently have Venus in Aquarius. And Venus is all about our way that we express love for each other. So close relationships, romantic relationships, the way we present ourselves to others, the way we like to give and receive, mostly give to others, the aesthetic part of our lives, and how we're perceived romantically is our Venus sign. And Aquarius and Venus is all about finding new ways to also relate to our, close personal relationships, mostly, dating kind of situations. And it has to do with, shifting out of this feeling of FOMO, because we're finding that those people are great, they're having fun, but we're also, in our own experience, really shining bright. And even if we have this imposter syndrome, or we feel like we're not exactly at the same situation that we would like to be in, at the point that we would like to be in, we're also living actually our true authentic selves. So that will propel us forward and make us shine in our own unique way. So the third theme I picked up for this new moon in Aquarius is one of a deep and intense emotional healing and overcoming of hurdles and little triggers that have come up in our life. And this is also about learning new ways to self-regulate through others, whether that would be friends, a group of friends, maybe your partner, or also people on social media that you are watching or have interest in reading their books or posts or tweets on Twitter. So this is really about learning how to self-regulate and learning how to overcome difficult emotions that you first feel in the body, and then you can, feel in your mind and really work through the issues and release. So what I advise you to do is really gather with your friends, maybe have a deep conversation with them, or have a conversation with your partner about things that they can do to help you with some emotional triggers that you're having. Or when you're in a relationship, you also always have some type of trigger come up. So really working through these kinds of triggers with your friends and with your partners, maybe researching online on social media how you can deal with your emotions and difficult things, and in a way, as for the end goal to be to have emotional security. So this is the whole goal here, is to get to that emotional security. Now let's move to some advice on things that you should not be doing with this energy of the new moon in Aquarius. So like I said in the beginning, this new moon will be all about aha moments and breakthroughs in your career and in your relationship. And what tends to happen when you have those kind of breakthroughs and aha moments is that you want to run with them and immediately take action. Again, this is going to be a theme that is very seen in this new moon because of the degree being in Aquarius. In Aries, is that you're going to want to, you see it, you identified it, you want to immediately take action on it and move forward and cause radical change. However, Aquarius is an air sign and it's a little bit slower moving than the type of energy that we might feel compelled to go towards. And what I would advise in this situation is, if you see yourself in a kind of moment where you're just like, okay, I see what I'm doing wrong, I see what is going on here, what could be changed, and I want to immediately change it without thinking of the consequences, I would advise you not to do so. And the reason for that is because the new moon and full moons are also very volatile energy. So I never advise anyone to completely change and shift their lives around those events, but also because of the new moon being in Aquarius, this is a slow moving energy. This is an energy of innovation and of change. However, it's not change that happens right away. So if you feel compelled to completely up and leave from some type of situation or completely shift your life overnight, don't do that. Maybe think and pause a little bit, and I will give you some journal prompts to really think about where you're at after this. So really pause, journal, write down your prompts, and wait for the energy to clear up a little bit after the new moon, because although you will have this breakthrough, it will give you a lot more clarity after we're done with this huge shift. So really ride the wave and wait to take action, even though you will want to take action right away. So now I'll give you some journal prompts that you can use for this new moon in Aquarius, and you can write them down. I will put them on the screen for you and answer and let me know how this goes for you. So the first one will be what definitions and expectations around career and relationships do you no longer believe in? So that is number one. Number two, looking back at the past 3 months, what new ways have you learned to self-regulate in relationships and in career? And what makes you secure in those areas? So take a moment and write that down and answer it with me. And the third one is, what new activities or hobbies do you want to implement that bring you an element of fun, joy, and pleasure in your life? So write that down, and if you want, let me know your answers for any of those. And I just wanted to say about the last journal prompt, because this is a very interesting energy of breakthroughs and forward movement, I think that it's very important to balance that out with some sort of fun activity that you like doing, or because also this energy is one of breakthroughs, maybe you got to a moment where you found out a new hobby or activity that you would like to be doing and that is really helping you move forward personally. So this is why I added this third one to the journal prompts. And I would like to also now answer one of those so I can, start the conversation and have this be a little bit more interactive. So yes, I will answer this third one. So what new activity do I want to implement that bring fun, joy, and pleasure in my life? But one of the things that I really wanted to work on myself on, this area of hobbies and activities that I would like to do is one of drawing. And I've been always someone who is really into science and, very, I have a biology degree. I'm studying, microbiology. So I've always been someone who is into research and science, maybe reading a little bit, writing articles. However, I've never really tapped into this energy of more, creativeness and flow and just enjoying and relaxing and drawing stuff. And I think there's an element of really, fun and relaxation in that activity. So this is for me personally one of, the activities that I would like to implement. If you resonate with this energy, are you also feeling this energy in your life? How are you going to take this position of the planets into your own personal life and experience, and are you going to take my advices? So thank you for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.